Hi, fourth graders. So all of this week we have been learning about place value. We've been filling out place value charts. We've been talking about the difference between expanded form, word form, and standard form. We've been learning about the values of each digit and the values of each period and what periods are. Well, today we're going to learn something that I like to say is a little challenging, but I have full confidence that you can do it. So we know if we are given a number like I'm going to say 27,134. So that is the number that they've given us. We know that there's a 4 in the ones place, a 3 in the tens place, a 1 in the hundreds place, a comma, which separates the periods, a 7 in the thousands place, and a 2 in the 10,000s place. We know that the value of the numbers in the ones place are multiplied by 1. So each value in the ones place would show one of these. So if there's a 4, how many of these blocks would we need? We would need 4. So we know everything in here is multiplied by 1. Then we move over to the tens place. Tens are represented by things like this. So this one stick is worth 10. So I would need 3 of these to represent the 3 that's in the tens place because 3 times 10 is 30. Then we move over to the hundreds place, in which every digit in the hundreds place is going to be multiplied by 100 to get its value. So if I have 1 of these, we multiply that by 100. 1 times 100 is 100. Then we move over to the thousands place. Every digit in the thousands place is multiplied by 1,000, which is going to give us a value of 7,000. And in the 10,000s place, we have a number, a digit, 2. We will multiply that digit by a value of 10,000. 2 times 10,000 is 20,000. So this number in expanded form is 20,000 plus 7,000 plus 100 plus 30 plus 4. So I hope that seems familiar to you after what we've been learning this week. Sometimes, though, you might encounter questions that you might think look confusing, but you can do it, okay? So first, I want to have you look at this. So you might see a problem that has a blank line here, and it says 10,000s, and I'm going to abbreviate, so 10 thou plus blank thou plus blank hund, which is an abbreviation for 100, plus blank tens, plus blank ones. And hopefully that all fits on the screen right there. Okay, so in these blank spots, they're asking how many ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s that we have in this number. Okay, for these, I like to work backward. So I look at the ones. When I have all of my place values represented, I like to work backwards. You can work forwards too if that helps. So when I look at my ones, it says I have 4 ones. So that tells me I have 4 ones. Then I move over to my tens. The number that is represented in the tens place is a 3. So I know now that I have 3 tens. I move over to the hundreds and I have 100. So that means there's going to be a 1 right here. Then I move over to the thousands place and that is 7. So that means I have 7 thousands. And then I move over to the 10,000s place and I have 2 of those. So then I have 2 10,000s. So you would be able to look at this and say I have 2 10,000s, which is equal to 20,000. I have 7 thousands, which is equal to 7,000. I have 100, which is equal to 100. I have 3 tens, which is valued at 30. And I have 4 ones, which is valued at 4. So we got that. So far, so good, right? Next, though, you might see something like that. 27,134 might be the number that you are given, okay? But you might see something that looks like this instead. 1,000, 100, tens, ones. Now, they're not trying to trick you. They're trying to make sure that you understand the values. So again, we can work backward. So we have ones. We still have 4 ones. We still have 3 tens. We still have 100. But now we're in the thousands. So you have to remember, you can look at the thousands place and say, oh, I know. There's 7,000 right there. You're right. But then we have the 20,000 left over. We can't just leave that number out. We can't leave that value out. So I want you to say this out loud after me. 27,134. Say it. Great job. 27,134. Well, my 134 is already represented, but what's left over is the 27,000. There's no space to write 10,000s over here, so it wants to know just total how many thousands we have, and we have 27 thousands. So if it were possible to fit 2 digits in the thousands place, we would have 27,000 in the thousands place. Next, I'm going to do something that might be even a little trickier, but I know that you've got this. So you might now see something where it says blank thousands plus blank ones. Okay, I want us to be careful here though, because I don't want us to think, oh, I know this. There's only 4 ones, so 4 is going to go right here. Oh, and there's 7,000s, done. But that means our 20,000s left, our 100 is left, and our 30 is left. We can't leave those out because this 7,000s and 4 ones would only equal this, and that is not the same number. So I want us to be careful. I want us to start from the left this time, from the thousands place this time. So if I read that number again, 27,134. I've got my answer, right? Just like up here, I have 27,000s. Even though I know I have 2 10,000s and I have 7,000s, altogether, I have 27,000. So I'm going to put a line through here because I've used those 2 digits and those values. So that value is gone. So what I have left now is 134. But there's no place for me to write hundreds or tens, only ones. So I want us to come back to this right here, and I want us to think, oh man, how can I use these ones to represent what is left over here? And I want us to think of it kind of like a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. But if I have 100 pennies, I now have $1, right? So how many of these little guys would I need to make up for what's left over? Because I don't have a place to write tens. I only have a place to write ones. I want you to think about it for a second. If you answer that I need 134 of these little blue ones blocks, you are absolutely right. Amazing. So now I'm going to write the value. This one tells me 27 thousandths, so this is partially in word form, but I'm going to write it in standard form, number form. This is represented by 27,000 because it's 27 thousandths, and this is 134. I'm not going to write this part in expanded form. I'm just going to write 134. So if I decided that I was going to stack add those, I would make sure that my place values were lined up because that is so important. And I would add 0 plus 4, which we know is 4, 0 plus 3, which is 3, 0 plus 1, that is 1. I bring my comma down, and then there's nothing here to add that to, so those come down as well. Now, does our end result match the number that we started with, 27,134? Yes, it does. Awesome, guys. So I'm going to do one more just quick review. So you might see it all like this. So if all of the places are not represented when it's asking you to fill them in, you're going to have to do something like this. You're going to have to make sure that the places that are represented get filled in, and then you have to use all of the values and all of the numbers in the number that you got. So just like here in my first example, I wrote, 7 thousandths and 4 ones. Well, that's true. We can't leave behind the rest of the numbers. So now it's going to be your turn. Good luck. I know that you can do it.